We are live, and you're seeing something a little unusual here today. Right out my back window, there's a giant hawk who just took a dump on the yard. You can see him. He is huge. He's like really big. And sitting on that branch out there, he's probably, I don't know, maybe 14 inches high, something like that. He's a hefty little guy, and I thought I'd give you guys a look at him. Um, uh, and Tom Dietz says her. I don't know. I'm not sure of its gender, but man, oh man. Anyhow, I don't want to spend too much time on that. She's been there for a half hour. I mean, she's just hanging out. And so I'm gonna pull and this. It's hard to tell from the camera, but she's about 20 feet from that window, and that window is about 5 feet from me or 6 feet from me. Maybe 8. So she's really nearby, right there in eyesight. I took a couple pictures and put them up on my website. So I'm going to pull back in here. First of all, I'm going to pull back from the Zoom. We're going to go back to full size. And I'm actually going to undo the Zoom thing, so that should get us to the right thing. The bird is the word. Alex is definitely from Cleveland. Papa Umau Mau, my friend. And then we'll try and get back in here and get something resembling our usual setup. Maybe just a little bit this way. And I didn't even get a chance to set up my mic properly. Move that in. It should be close enough. There. Okay. Now, that having been said, I'll be serenading this little beauty out there. And Suki the dog is here too. I got Suki's snuffle mat out today. We'll talk about that later. She tells him she thinks she has to be free. He tells her he doesn't understand. She takes his hand, tells him nothing's working out the way they planned. She's so many women, but he can't find the one who was his friend. So he's hanging on to half a heart, but he can't have the restless part. So he tells her to hasten down the wind. And he agrees, he thinks she needs to be free. But now she says she wants to stay with him. It's just a whim by which she hopes to keep him hanging on a limb. She's so many women, he can't find the one who was his friend. So he's hanging on to half a heart, but he can't have the restless part. So he tells her to hasten down the wind. so many women that he can't find the one who was his friend. So he's hanging on to half a heart, but he can't have the restless part. So he tells her to hasten down the wind. Hasten Down the Wind, written by Warren Zevon, and I see Carol Preds there. She originally requested this song. I knew it years ago, and she requested it a few months ago, and I thought, yeah, that's a great song. So I went back and relearned it. And Warren Zevon's another great loss, that he died pretty young. Wonderful songwriter and iconoclastic character, I think. So I'm going to bring this down just a little bit, like that. That looks good. So let's see who's here. Let's take a minute, now that we're done with Hawk Central. It's very distracting. He's still sitting out there. John Hubner, Keith Shaw, Dorothy Holland, Tom Dietz, Andreas Postler, Phil DeFranco, Margot Lemieux, Cheyenne Austin, Rhonda Scott Merrick, Andrew Gresham, Heidi McClure in Colorado, Tom Dietz, Donna Greenberg, my old friend, Osling Bain down in Maryland, Cohiba Cat in Ohio, Judy Wong in Massachusetts, Marshall Lowe in Philadelphia, Cozy Sheridan in New Hampshire. Is it New Hampshire? I think so. Mike Verbeck. I can never tell New Hampshire from Vermont. It's a thing. It's like I also never know whether to reach my finger out or not if I'm hitting the colon or semicolon or the quotation marks. I've been typing since I was 13 years old, and I still don't do that. It's a learning disability. Mike Verbeck's here. Warren and Janelle are here from Cleveland, cold Cleveland. It's warming up here a little bit today. I moved Jan's car out of the snowdrift so that the snowdrift could melt if the sun hits it. Alex Bevan is here. David Gideon is here. Margot Lemieux. I said John Sprouse, S.A. Todd Hope, Joyce Goldberg, Donna Greenberg, Michelle Benjamin, Michael Tierson, Gene Seifel, the whole gang. Alan Kane, Charlie Bryant, Cal Landau. Hey, Cal. And from Green Turtle Key, is that, or is it Bay? Abacus. So my friend Cal Landau, Cal and I went to college together, and Cal was one of my greatest memories of that era. Was Cal and I, and I can't remember. There's somebody else. Maybe it was Big George Montgomery, in the Brady Street Hotel, tripping on acid and listening to the King Crimson album again and again and again. Do you remember that, Cal? I think it cemented our friendship for life. And Peter Lips is here, and you saw the pictures. And Carol Pred and Michael Anthony Wood and Alan Kane, and I should go on and play some music, right? And somebody on Kokomo's, I think Kokomo asked who the squeaker was when I did my video bomb of his page yesterday. This is Squirrely the Squirrel. And Suki doesn't move. There he is. Say hi to the folks, Squirrely. Hello. He may make an appearance on some other Saturday. Who knows? So, next up, since we spent a lot of time looking at the hawk, who is still sitting there. Man, oh man. And the bummer about this is he's sitting right above the bird feeders, so usually I have my acrobatic squirrels out there and the birds, and nobody's moving. Everybody is hiding under the shed, I think. But it's a beautiful thing to see him. It's quite a creature to see it up that close. So, well, if you ever planned to motor west? Take my way, that's the highway, that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66. Well, it runs from Chicago to LA, over 2,000 miles all the way. Get your kicks on Route 66. Well, it's down to St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri, Oklahoma City. Go, look so, so pretty. You'll see Amarillo, Gallup, New Mexico, Kingman, Flagstaff, Arizona, Kingman and Barstow. If you get hip to my timely tip, even if I don't remember the names of the towns, when you make that California trip, get your kicks on Route 66. Ah. Love that line. Well, it's down to St. Louis and Joplin, Missouri, Oklahoma City looks oh so pretty. You'll see Amarillo and Gallup, New Mexico, Kingman, Arizona, don't forget Winona. Well, if you would stay hip to my timely tip, when you make that California trip, get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. My geography sucks, but hopefully my guitar made up for it a little bit for you there. And I have a standing order that when we can get together again, that I'm going to be able to play that with Cozy Sheridan singing it, because she just kills that tune as a vocalist. Okay, announcements. I told you about Squirrely. I told you about the Hawk. There is a PayPal link if you'd like to leave a little something. I'm trying to keep the wheels turning here. Suki had her snuffle mat this morning. I'm not sure if I can get it in the camera here. It's a mat. It's a rubber mat that has like all kinds of stuff like felt things. So it's like a shag carpet, and then you put kibble in it. And the dog snuffles around to get. Oh, there goes the hawk. He's on the ground. It must have been something. Something must have moved. Maybe a little vole or something. Because I know there's little mice over there. Oh, here he comes. Oh, there he goes. He's out of here. Maybe we'll get some squirrels now. Anyhow, it keeps dogs busy. Dogs love to snuffle for food. They'd rather do that than have you serve it in a bowl, actually. And I've been very concerned about Suki, her mood. She's been very hangdog, and I think that partially it's because I'm very hangdog these days, and we're just here, the two of us. And so I'm trying to make a real concerted effort to do, even though she's an old dog now, to just try to do more training with her just to get her engaged and stuff like that. And the Snuffle Mat is part of that because she's really food motivated. Anyhow, tonight Gene Galligan will be doing his piano bar at 7 o'clock, and that's always beautiful music. Tomorrow morning, Kokomo will be back at 10. And Alex will be on at 3:30, I believe. And then Tuesday, Kokomo will be on at 10. And Cozy and Charlie should be on at 10:30. Maybe even on Facebook, but if not, there'll be a link to get on YouTube Live. And Alex will be on at 3:30 again because of our different schedule these days. And then I'll be back on Wednesday at 3 p.m. after Kokomo at 10 a.m. Okay, I think that's all of the announcements. So, let's see if there's anything else I should be looking at here. Pam Zappardino, Charlotte Cantrell, Bob Harrison is here. Yeah, it's likely, Bob, that hawk has been around. I've seen hawks in the neighboring yards sometimes, but we have not. And one time a hawk came in here. It might have been the same guy and sat on the table out back for a few minutes, but I've never seen him that engaged here. And Max Cohen is here. And Max, I listened to your parody about, what was it about? Anyhow, go find it on Max's page. And Jim Moore is here, and Rhonda Scott Merrick and John Hubner. Jim Moore and John Hubner, I met them at the same moment. I think it was in 7th grade, and we were, I don't know how it came that we met each other, but they used to really be together a lot, walking around the school. And Frank Mattow, who's also from Euclid, and Larry Brown. And Jill Chernick, my sister-in-law, hi Jill, and Jody Lewandowski, my niece, hi Jody, and Howard Hobbs, my old friend, and Aretta Walk. Peter Zerblis, who I know from Sam W. Peter's a great guy. And Cozy says it is New Hampshire. Okay. Now, can you tell me whether I have to reach out to hit the colon or do I reach out to hit the quotation key? And Ruben Musgrave is here, and Derek Johnson. And Kokomo Kid has shown up, and Kokomo, I hope you saw Squirrely the Squirrel, and and Cal is laughing about our earlier adventures. So anyhow, I want to get going here. The next up, I was thinking about that man on the wall behind me. If I move my head, you'll see him. That's the Reverend Gary Davis, who was a huge, huge influence on my guitar development because I met him and heard the majesty of his guitar. Just but also because he took the time when he did not have to sit with me for 2 hours and just show me stuff. Just said, well, what do you want to learn? And that was like priceless. And this was the first thing I asked him to teach me, and he did. And I've been playing it ever since. That's 1969, early 70, I think it was, early 1970. Buck Dance by the Reverend Gary Davis. So, and that. So there's a little roll in that. I can't always do it anymore because my much lamented loss of finger coordination. But Gary Davis played with just his thumb and his index finger, you know. So he had these rolls. This one I actually learned from a Stephen Grossman book a long time ago, and it has this strange cadence to it. Now you might think that you'd want to go thumb, finger, 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 or something like that, but it goes thumb, finger, thumb, finger, finger, thumb, finger, thumb, thumb, finger, thumb, thumb, finger, finger, thumb. You can only do it at speed now. And if you do it the other way, it just doesn't have the same cadence. But I digress. That's, you know, I know you guys like to hear a little stuff about the guitar nuts and bolts here. And this includes the famous Reverend Gary Davis C7 chord. And I used to always trot this out when some classical guitarist would say, you can't use your thumb around the neck. Anything you can do with your thumb around the neck, you can get with a bar. And so I'd say, well, how about this one? So you take your C7 chord, and then you move your little finger up to the high G note, and then you replace it with your third finger. Okay, so far? Okay. Then all four fingers are used now, I point out. Then with your thumb, you grab the bottom two strings at the third fret. And Gary Davis used this chord position to great effect on a lot of things. But you can try it if you like. You see, it's just a C7. It is a C7. And nothing, it's not a ninth or anything. But it just has this big full sound. Okay, that's the guitar lesson for today. So as I always say, thank you so much. It really helps brighten my day, and I hope it helps brighten yours when I'm able to play some music for you. Those of you who've been at these concerts for a long time know that it's been a hard year for me, and I try not to talk too much about it on here because I'll burst into tears. But it's a hard time, and I appreciate you guys helping me get through it. So. This to be in tune. As I said recently, the only thing worse than people who tune too much is people who don't tune enough. Oh, Suki Cam. There she is. Come here. Come here, say hi to the folks. Wait. Oh no, she can't. Oh well, she's gone. Okay. Okay, we have one more for you. That sounds a little better. If I had my way, I'd leave here today. I'd move in a hurry. I'd find me a place where I could stand and not have to worry. A place to be loose, a place I could lose these Tennessee blues. I'd find me a spot on some mountain top with no one around me, with valleys and streams and birds in the trees and lakes all around me. A place I'd feel loose, a place I could lose these Tennessee blues. Place to forget all my regrets and just keep the good times. Someplace I could sleep with nothing but peace and feel free at all times. A place I'd feel loose, a place I could lose these Tennessee blues. Bobby Charles, the Tennessee Blues. Wonderful song. A couple other people in here. Leonard Augustine, did I say hi to you? I don't know. And Alex Bevan says, don't forget one on. That is exactly what I forgot. And Betsy McIntyre, thank you. Thanks for coming out. And we got a whole lot of other people here. Hang on. Mickey Bieberfeld, hey Mickey, and Lita Shapiro, who I got to meet at one time at our friend our friend Trist Loncourt's house, our mutual friend, as they were passing through. Dale Dorman, hi. Michael DeSanctis, good to see you here. Renee Blaker, and I know I'll get in big trouble because Kit Serikaku is on Oahu, so she doesn't get up early enough to see this on a Sunday morning. And I know that she'll just be pining away all day if I don't mention her name. So she has to be like the Elijah. You know, we set a table for her and put out a glass of wine, even if she isn't here. And who am I missing? I think I said hi to as many people as show up here. I do want to remind you, hi Linda Pasqua Blaze. I do want to remind you that not everybody shows up on this stream. Sometimes Kate Petrella, hi, and Matthew Ryan. Sometimes they're not on here. Steve Davidson, I will go back and read all of these as soon as we're done. I think that's pretty much everybody. If I missed you, I apologize, and I'll catch you on the rethink. Kathy Histand. She's my neighbor and an old friend at this point. And her kids, we know their whole family. And her husband Tim used to ride BMWs, all kinds of stuff. So anyhow, thank you again for joining me. I love that you're here with me, and I will switch over to the Halo cam here for a minute and say thank you very much. I will hope to see you guys again when I'm back on Wednesday, and in the meantime, you have lots of folks to entertain you. The Kokomo Kid, Cozy Sheridan, and Charlie Koch, and Alex Bevan, who are all they're my posse, my interwebs posse. So love to you all, and see you soon. Bye-bye. Oh, be happy, be healthy, be brave, be calm, and if you get cranky, take a nap.